Hey YouTubers and party people like Corey, coming to you for another edition of Crying Cheese. Today, I just want to throw out some theories and conversation, speculation. We are just a little over a week away from probably the most anticipated movie in a year, meaning Avengers Endgame. When I say a year, obviously last year everyone was looking forward to Infinity War. And after everyone witnessed Infinity War, spoilers, after Thanos did his incredible snap that wiped out half of existence, everyone is left wondering how is Marvel, Disney, and our heroes that we've grown to love over the last 10 years, how are they going to fix this? So, the big question a lot of people are thinking is who is going to be the one to deliver that fatal blow to the Mad Titan himself, Thanos, who is honestly brilliantly and perfectly portrayed by Josh Brolin. Now, there's a lot of things that maybe you could look into Infinity War and say, oh, they foreshadowed to what we're going to see in Endgame. A lot of people are saying that Thor, the God of Thunder, should get the final blow on Thanos because he's the one that ultimately screwed it up at the end of Infinity War because, you should have gone for the head. If that's the case, my own personal belief, that's kind of cheap. That's the worst form of foreshadowing, and I want to see something new. In my own thought, I don't think Thanos is dying. I would hate to see him die because that's another cliche of superheroes beat the bad guys, so on and so forth, and Earth is restored back to its former glory. It's just not something I want to see because they made such a big deal that Thanos got the upper hand in Infinity War and won. That was the mind-blowing experience that no one really saw coming. So they need to do something that changes the way things are going to play out in Endgame. One thing I could see that they could do to make it work and to really touch our hearts, because we know at this point in the game, Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans, and Chris Hemsworth, I believe this is their last movie. I'm not so sure about Chris Hemsworth, but I know for a fact that RDJ and Chris Evans, Iron Man and Captain America, this is their final hurrah. So, to do it justice, you need the two to finally work together, because obviously we've watched over the last 10 years that the two never seen eye to eye. Hence, in Civil War, in the Captain America Civil War movie, that was their big debate between the two and their beliefs of should we or should we not do what we do. And in this case, I think they should both be on the same page that for the sake of everyone that is gone and everyone that has been impacted by Thanos, they together, the two of them, should take down Thanos. And ultimately, one is going to bite the dust. And that, in my own opinion and the way it looks, because the Russo brothers have worked with Chris Evans in his series alone, that they need to let Captain America go. He needs to resurrect himself as being the hero, because in his storyline, he was always a vigilante. Even Iron Man himself didn't believe in the things that Captain America was doing. So I think to make everyone be on the same page for Captain America, he needs to die in this last attempt to save the world. He dies, they get Tony gets the Infinity Gauntlet from Thanos, puts it all back the way it was, but doesn't bring Captain America back. Or there's some way that he can't. But we're not going to kill Thanos, because in a way that you want to bring Thanos to justice, but not just the normal kill him. Let's just trap him in that soul stone. That way he can never release himself, unless obviously someone was to do their trade, as when Thanos did in Infinity War. So, a soul for soul, just like in the Soul Stone, we're going to have to risk Captain America to keep Thanos inside the Soul Stone. That's another possibility. And then after all of that, Tony is going to finally retire from being Iron Man. He's done. He retires from being an Avenger. He goes off and does his foreshadowed events from Infinity War with A Life with Pepper Potts. He was talking to her about, he had a dream that he had a kid and it felt so real. Well, that's what he's going to get to do now. He's going to get to live out his life as the man he is with the love of his life and a family. That would be great. And because Captain America dies, we have room for a new captain. In this case, we have Captain Marvel. And it's just perfect timing that she's just going to kind of weasel her way in. I don't want to say weasel. But it's going to fit that she's going to take such a big part in this story to take him down that it makes sense that her being the most powerful person in the universe right now, that she would lead the Avengers into the afterlife of Thanos. I don't know how they're gonna bring back. There's the Ant-Man thing. You can go jump in a hole. The Ant-Man crawling up Thanos' ass thing. That's stupid. Whoever thought of that, you're a moron. It's not fun. You're just literally crapping on our love for these characters and the story. Why would you even think, Ant-Man needs to climb up Thanos' ass? You're stupid. You're absolutely stupid. There's no fun in that. If you wanted to be fun about it, you could say how simplistic it would be if he would like to jump in to Thanos' ear and expand his blow up his head. Why does it have to be the ass? You got the ears, you got nose, you got mouth. You could jump into his pores for all I care, but why do you have to think and be so stupid to jump up his ass? Because you're a moron. And that's as simple as that. So, the Ant-Man thing, I do believe Ant-Man's going to play a big part in this movie, but not in the sake of battle of taking Thanos down. It's going to be something with the time travel and the Pym equipment that is left with him after Ant-Man and the Wasp. There's just a lot that you could do. And honestly, this video could be all for nothing. They're playing this up as we have no idea what's going to happen. And maybe it's just all smoke and mirrors. But we honestly have no idea. And that's why this movie is getting so much attention. We know what happened in Infinity War. And no one knew what was going to happen in Infinity War. So how can we all just sit by and think of going into this movie expecting something? This is something that is so amazing that even in a superhero movie, no one knows what's going to happen. And that's fantastic. You can go into any other superhero movie and know how it plays out, whether it's an Origins or a sequel. You know how it's going to play out. And this is just so amazing that Disney, Marvel, Kevin Feige, the whole group have pulled together and weave these stories along for 10 years. I applaud you. You guys have done an amazing job. And I cannot wait to see where Phase 4 takes us. Because now we're getting Disney Plus and all these awesome little mini-series of characters that we've already watched getting their final time in the light. Like a Hawkeye series, and then we're getting a Falcon and Winter Soldier series. This is so much fun. I'm looking forward to this so much. It's the one streaming service I'm looking forward to buying. Because it almost seems at this point that it might seem like overkill, but it doesn't to me. It seems like this is perfect storytelling for what is still to come, because they haven't missed it yet. Even with some of their movies that tend to be a little less than desired than the bigger blockbuster ones. Here's looking at you, Thor: The Dark World. It's just, we're journeying out into the white blue yonder. And Endgame being the end for some, but just the start for others. We're just going to have to see what happens. If you have any theories, as to what's going to happen in Endgame, leave a comment. Like this video, share it with all your beloved, all your superhero friends, and form your own Avengers team, because next Friday is when we're getting the premiere, the actual premiere, but I'm going next Thursday, because I'm premiering it a day early, because I don't want, there's already stuff leaking on the internet, and I'm trying to be good, I'm trying to be a good boy, and not watch it. So waiting a whole nother day would kill me. For now, this is Corey Small, signing out from Crying Cheese. Hopefully you guys get to see Avengers Endgame before anyone else does, so they don't ruin it for you. Please, don't ruin the Endgame for us. We've waited this long. Until next time. Okay, bye.